Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We recently have had extensive hearings regarding the negative impact of sanctuary city policies. In the District of Columbia, our nation's capital, is of unique significance to the entire nation and should reflect the best policies of enforcement of local, state, and federal law and the immigration policies and laws of the United States. The reality is, however, Mr. Chairman, is that the District of Columbia does not reflect those law enforcement traditions and the professional understandings and agreements between law enforcement authorities across the country at the local, state, and federal level, wherein cooperation is the standard norm. The sanctuary city policies removes those cities from the historically very effective operations of law enforcement, wherein a jurisdictional authority that has possession of an offender, if there's a warrant for that offender that's been issued and is legitimate and has been communicated from another jurisdictional authority, then there's a cooperative effort across law enforcement. Sanctuary cities don't do that. So my bill forces the District of Columbia into compliance with federal law. It nullifies any statute, ordinance, policy, or practice of the D.C. government which restricts any entity or official from providing citizenship or immigration status to federal, state, and local law enforcement, or from complying with the lawful request by the Department of Homeland Security under Sections 236 and 287 that regards the apprehension and detention of aliens and the powers of immigration officers and employees is all under the Immigration and Nationality Act, including complying with detainers or notifying at the point of release of an individual, wherefore that release will be directly to the security and control of DHS if a proper detainer has been noticed. The bill also provides safe harbor for individuals who come forward as a witness to or as a victim of a crime, wherein specifically in the legislation, Mr. Chairman, any human being that is witness to or victim of a crime would not be subject to further enforcement if it's specifically under this law. Like this, the D.C. would not be considered not in compliance with this law if they're protecting the identity of a victim or a witness to a crime in an ongoing investigation. So, in summary, Mr. Chairman, this bill would be opposed by our colleagues across the aisle, no doubt, but it simply brings the nation's capital into compliance with the nation's laws and with the standards by which law enforcement at the local, state, and federal level have a long-standing relationship of cooperation. It forces our nation's capital to be in compliance with those standards of norm. Mr. Chairman, I thank you for the consideration of this bill in today's markup. I urge its support on both sides of the aisle, and I yield.